Hello, you. How are you? I hope you are doing well. I really love calling people amazing souls. Yes, because I believe everyone is an amazing soul. Mm. All right, my name is Caterina Nyambura. I am the founder of Caterina Foundation, and this vlog is to welcome you officially to Caterina Foundation. I pray and I hope that you're going to walk with me in this journey. So I'm here to tell you a bit about Caterina Foundation. First thing first, our motto. Yes, our goal, our motto, our mandate, our reason for Caterina Foundation is everyone above the poverty line. One life at a time, of course. That's Caterina Foundation for you. So, how did Caterina Foundation come about? I'm sure we all want to know, right? Okay, so like I said, I'm Caterina Nyambura. I come from the slums. I come from the ghetto. That is where I was born and bred by a single mom. And we did go through the ins and outs and highs and lows of poverty as it comes. So that's why I am so passionate about this. I know how it feels to sleep hungry. I know how it feels to not have rent. I know how it feels to lose everything and start life all over again, because these are things I went through or I have gone through more than once in my lifetime. We are the people who were chased from riparian lands, lands that we had, places we had lived, like for the most part of our lives. We were used to fires, burning everything down, and we start life all over again. We were used to El Ninos, that is excess rain that leads to floods. So our houses would flood, carry almost everything away, or everything away again. We start life all over again. It was our pattern. It was life. That's the life we knew. That's the life we lived. So all my childhood years, I only had one dream, one goal, one thing that kept me up at night, the only thing that kept me going. And up to date, it has been my life's fuel. You see, I used to say, as a small child in the ghetto, oh my God, I used to say that I will one day become so rich, so rich, that I will get my mom, my family out of the ghetto, and as many people as I could as well. Like I don't know the word to use. Like, hate is so strong, but I hated that life. I couldn't stand it. I couldn't wait to be out of that life. And I could just see a brighter future, a better future, and that was all that kept me going. And it influenced a lot of the decisions I made. Though I have never really refused to be with someone or date someone because they are not well off, I actually used to believe in starting with someone from the ground, work your way up and all that. And I used to give such young men an opportunity, but some men will always be men. They'll teach you lessons well. So I don't know if I still subscribe to that, but anywho, that aside. So what I mean by it influenced the choices I used to make, I mean even dating. So yes, I will give people a chance. But I dated as a virgin for my longest years. I dated as a virgin because I couldn't imagine giving birth in those situations. I could give a man a chance, yes, but I needed you to show me where we are headed. Yes, I'll support you and all that, but I'm supporting you to go where? And if I saw your dreams, your life basically was revolving around the areas that we met, of course, the slums and all that, and no intention of you pushing yourself out. Your dreams were not big enough, no matter how I tried pushing you to see beyond. Then a button in me will just click. This one, no. And that happens today. There was some noise. I don't even know where I left off. But as I was saying, I will not, I never used to or reject a man because of his financial status, but I had to see where it was heading. So if I will give them time to see, because for me, I knew my end goal is out of the slums. Yes. So if I didn't see that in them, and you've pushed and you've tried, I was like, yeah. So I dated minus sex for a very long time because I couldn't afford to bring up a child in the same situations. The other way that decision influenced my life, that goal influenced my life, is that I didn't even, unknowingly, I started the Caterina Foundation, and I started I started by stealing food from our house to give to our neighbors. Like, I couldn't stand to see someone suffering, going hungry, and we had something, and trust me, we were badly off. But of course, in life, there's always someone who's below you, who's beneath you, even if it's depending on seasons, you know. So sometimes I'll find those that when we have something to eat, they don't. So I will steal from moms from our house to go and give them. Please don't tell my mom about this. And then I started giving out clothes, my shoes, and I started also doing mentorships because the state that we used to live in, you know, we were in the Madare slums, Huruma slums, okay, which is all the Madare constituency. It was so bad that most of my age mates and even children below my age were getting into crime actually for both genders, both the ladies and the girls and the boys. So they were getting into crime, stealing here and there to sustain themselves. And the girls, the child marriages, the situation of children marriages in the slums, it's alarming. It's a lot, it's too much. These are things that never get to the media, they never get to statistics, you know, the data for the country, they never get there. But the girls now, to escape the hunger, the problems, the poverty in their homes, they will even get married. They come with stay kind of marriage just to find a place to sleep, you know, or to get food, to get pads, you know, the menstrual poverty, you know. Even when school was free, the Kibaki era, and Moi Kibaki, our late president, was education was free. Still, you know, these schools, especially public schools, started imposing entry barriers. Like, for a child to get in, I don't know, you have to buy a desk, I don't know, you have to buy their chair, you have, like, a lot of some things, making it hard. Of course, perhaps the government that doesn't even know about this, it's corrupt, it's for the teachers, it's corruption. But now if you don't comply, your child can't enter school. And for us in the ghetto, we couldn't even afford that. Oh, I don't know, feeding program, we should pay for what you're going to eat. And then they started tuitions. The government banned those tuitions, but they are still happening. The teachers will still force those tuitions, and you'll be sent home because you didn't come for tuition, or you came for those Saturday tuitions, evening tuitions, and you couldn't pay, or they would even beat us for that. Teachers, you're beating me. At that time, I had slept hungry last night. I didn't have breakfast when coming to school, and I'm depending on the feeding program for lunch, and sometimes the porridge in the morning in school. And then I'll go back home in the evening, not knowing if there will be supper. Teachers need to change as well. So that's the life I knew. That's the life I grew up in. For during periods, what we could afford was old torn clothes that we would use as pads. And was it painful? Goodness, So you had to use that, you wash it, use it again, month in, month out. So for me, because I had this burning desire, unquenchable desire, fire, that I would leave this place, I didn't give in to the temptation of prostitution, because again, like I said, child prostitution, child marriages, child crime at that in the slums is so rampant. It's too much. Yes, I didn't give in to that. I couldn't. I just knew I had a destiny. I didn't even know the name destiny, but I knew there was something pushing me, like, this is not my life. I'm not getting married here. I will not get married in this situation. I will go out. I'll bring my family out, and then I'll bring as many people as possible out. And that was the birth of Caterina Foundation. So I started even mentorship, talking to these young boys and girls, kids my age, younger than me. And I will be happy, so happy, when one transformed and they stopped involving themselves in crime or sleeping around for food or what. Well, the problem came when they're like, okay, you want us to stop this kind of life, and then what? Now that then what would kill me inside, because I'm also just a small girl. I can't really help them that much. I can steal food from home. I can give them, I can share with them my clothes and shoes. But then what? It's not sustainable. So that's what will keep me, will push me. And then I started hustling per se at a very young age, because I just had to have money. I just had to have money to help around. I helped my mom so much from my young age that black tax, I started paying it as a child to date. So when I would have money, I would help them out because of that question. And then what? I will leave this for what? I'll still go back to my parents' house. Most of our parents were so sunk into drug abuse, because most of them, they couldn't even afford themselves. Now they have children, And that pressure, most of them were into a lot of alcoholism and cigarette smoking, yeah, tobacco use, bang. So life was just it was pathetic. It was. So you're telling this girl to go back home to what? The parents are really even there. Most of them in these households are single moms, you know, or it's a mother father children setup, but they are absent. They are alcoholics. So this girl, maybe that you're trying to get out of that child marriage, because she's still young and she's just there taking whatever abuse that comes. Yes, gender-based violence is prevalent in the slums. So she will take whatever abuse from this man, older men of course, because where is she going back to? There's nothing but to go back to at home. There's nothing. And it will kill me. So I kept at it. When I had money, I shared with them. I would help them out. And there are those who transform, there are those who hold in, there are those who will relapse and go back to that lifestyle. And I always understood. I did. And to date, I don't judge people and their way of life, because if you don't know the story, oh yeah, shut up. Don't. Some of them don't choose this life. This life has kind of chosen them, you know. Actually, for me, my solace was church, was religion, and I was so deep into it, so deep that to extents that of course it drove me astray. I was just so bad at it, but it helped a lot to some extent, and to some extent it didn't. It also did its harm. I know better now. I know better now. But now I kept on mentorship. I still talk, especially to girls. Sorry, my young men. I also talk to you, you know that. Unknowingly, I didn't even know that's mentorship, that's counseling. I didn't know. But for some reason, people always found it easy to come to me with their issues. We will talk. If they needed to cry, I'll be there with them. If it's too much, I'll cry with them. I'll cry with you, just to ensure by the time that person is leaving me, they're in a better place, and they'll be like, I'm glad you listened, I'm glad you were there, and all that. And it helped others out of suicidal thoughts. And they will tell me much later, I wouldn't know. So that has been my life growing up. So fast forward, I'm still doing this by myself, helping out anytime I can. Of course, things are also tough on me. I'm a lady, I'm a young girl with short stature. Even after finishing high school, getting jobs is hard. So what I've done a lot is self-employment. To small businesses here and there. So from the money I get, I share. Those that come with problems, we talk. I listen to them. I advise where I can. I mentor. I counsel unknowingly. Fast forward to 2019, COVID has come, the country is locked down, there are still people reaching out to me, and then the country is finally opened. I had left Nairobi and my house. Yes, I left my mom's house and started living alone. So I have started living alone, and then I come back to Nairobi after the lockdown. The country was opened up, and still I am called even by families, and I see the situations and I'm like, oh my God. Right now I'm not even able to stand on my feet. Life is so tough for me as well. What do I do? So I started fundraising. This was when now I started fundraising for something that I was completely in charge. I have done fundraisers with other people before, like for churches, for as an MC, for people doing their pre-weddings and whatevers. for so long, but now this is something that is completely me. So what do? I start with my statuses. I go to my, especially Facebook. Yes, especially Facebook. I tell people about what I'm going through. I have these families that are coming to me. Things are tough. I'm unable to help them, so let's help them together. And thankfully, there are people who chip in. Yes. And whoever sends money, I keep account, I keep records. Then I will go buy general food stuff and dry stuff, of course. Take to them, take photos of everything and post so that my people get to see where their money went. And then I go back. What they some of them didn't know. I'm going back to make a small Mabati house by them. A place where I couldn't even want to visit as you. Because especially the loo, the washroom, I couldn't take you to that washroom. I was afraid of it myself, but that is where life had landed me. Yeah, life had happened. I'm unable to even do a lot for myself, but here I am doing fundraisers and taking this money. I would always have, I take, if maybe let's say it's 5,000, I do shopping for around 3,000, and then the 2,000 I put in an envelope and I take to them. And then I go back home. And then I ask myself, okay, you're back home. And then you're back in your Mabati house. What's the plan for this month's rent? I go back to my hustling to at least to pay rent and everything. And with time, I started getting again small to jobs here and there, uplifting myself step by step. Sometimes we fall, sometimes we rise, and that has been my life to date. And I've been having cases upon cases, like my inboxes. Oh my God, my inboxes are almost always, why almost? They always have a needy case. Caterina this, Caterina help me find a job, Caterina connect me somewhere, Caterina I don't know, hospital bills, Caterina, I'm going hungry, Caterina I have not eaten for how many days, Caterina. I wanna do as much as I can, but alone, no, it's too much. I do burn out. I won't lie, I'm human. I'm not there yet. I'm not. But I share the okay, let me not say a little. I want to speak my faith. I share the much. I share whatever God brings my way with the people also that He brings my way again. And so that was why I decided, it's finally time to stop being a lone ranger and have this organization. Caterina Foundation up and running. So the people I have with me right now are volunteers. Like I just told someone, you are the one who will come and tell me. I opened the social media pages. You've seen it, yes. You like what it's all about because I've put the about. You wanna join me? Just know you're coming in as a volunteer. But I'll say this, for me, I believe, because even those that have come and like, okay, I can volunteer as this, I can volunteer as that to help in the foundation, I tell them, or I have told them that I believe that charity begins at home. They are also young and not doing so well themselves financially. So I tell them, anytime help or aid or support comes to Caterina Foundation, of course you will be the first beneficiaries. There will be a percentage for you, because I believe you have to have also to give. You cannot give from an empty cup. You cannot pour from an empty cup. So Yes, so of course they will always be my first priority for accepting to stand with me in this journey, to volunteer themselves wherever they can, whenever I need them. So that's the journey. And now I'm calling out to you to please, please come on board. Let us ensure everyone lives above the poverty line. At least this, period poverty, child prostitution, child crime, child marriages, child ends, child exploitation, that it ends one life at a time. You can come in as a partner, you can come in and tell me, I'm a company, I have some opportunities I can give to those that are coming to you asking for jobs. Even if it's an internship, we can start from there. Or you can sponsor us to do training, skills trainings for some youth to enable them to get somewhere with their life, or seed capital to get them started, or boost their businesses for those who are in businesses. That you can come in any capacity. Just let's change lives. Let's ensure everyone lives above the poverty line, one life at a time. So you can always reach me, Foundation Caterina 7@gmail.com. That's our email, and we will take it up from there. All right. So your donations in cash, in kind, are ever, ever, ever welcome. Caterina Foundation needs you so that we change the narrative and change lives. With us, many words. I'll just say God bless you as you purpose to be a blessing to other people through Caterina Foundation. God enlarge you in your territories and see you through and come through for you also when you need Him. All right. That's it from me. I love you.